I'd go ahead and get started. I'm always recording these anyway, so if you're ever late to class, after class, I'll make sure to post them on a Blackboard, and I'll show you where those are at on Wednesday after I post this one. All right, is everyone seeing a Blackboard screen? All right, thank you. So a few things, kind of like housekeeping stuff. I don't care if you have your cameras off or on. It doesn't bother me to talk into the void. I know some of your other professors require you to keep your cameras on at all times. It doesn't bother me. I understand some of you might actually learn better if you know someone isn't looking at you. So I don't mind either way. The only thing I will ask is make sure you keep your microphones muted unless you want to say something. If you ever have any questions, definitely feel free to just pop in and say like, hey, I have a question about that. I don't really use like the raise your hand kind of thing. The chat doesn't work really well unless I'm constantly trying to monitor it. And I'd much rather just focus on the class instruction. So you can easily just unmute your mic and ask whatever it is you need to ask. If it's clarification, you didn't understand something that I was saying, whatever it is, definitely feel free to interrupt me at any time. The class, you'll notice, and it looks like everyone got the message from Blackboard, the announcement page. Because this course was originally a face-to-face on-campus course, and many of the students registered for it face-to-face, I'm not going to start the class until about 12:35 every day. Actually, probably exactly 12:35, just to make sure to give anyone that's on campus plenty of time to log in on their phones or to get to computer lab or something like that. So while the official start time on your schedule says 12:20, we won't start until 12:35. That doesn't mean that we're going to stay in class 15 minutes later either. So just 12:35, we'll finish up by 2:20 every single time. Another thing is, so I'm teaching this class live online because live in person is definitely the best. Live online is okay. It works well for a lot of people that can't make it to campus or don't want to come to campus. So it's definitely the best way to do it. But I understand a lot of people, your schedules can change, your life can get very complicated. Life gets in the way sometimes. So if you ever can't make it to class, perfectly okay. Just make sure that you watch the class lecture afterwards. I always talk about all the assignments, all the lectures going to be through this kind of venue. So anytime you need to rewatch a lecture, if you didn't understand something, you can always go back into Blackboard and rewatch the lecture as many times as you need. So I'm also not going to mandate that you must be in here and logged in every single time at 12:35. Now, if you're a student that I notice is really struggling and you're not making it to class, that's going to be a different situation. You're someone that's clearly having trouble or you're slacking off too much, then I will require you to be in our live online classroom. But as long as it doesn't become a problem with you, it won't become a problem with me, and we can all just get along. All right. Today, there's going to be a lot of information. This is a fast-paced course. If you've ever taken an 8-week condensed course, you know they're pretty strenuous. They are fast-paced. The best advice I can give is get ahead of things as soon as you can. Make sure that you're doing everything from day one to stay caught up or to stay ahead of everything. Because once you get in kind of the mode of always getting things done and just finishing them as soon as they're assigned, the class will go really, really easily. If you kind of put things off to the very last minute, it's actually really easy for this class to build up on you a little too much. And then it becomes really difficult to try to hammer out like a 7-8 page paper when you're already behind on everything else. So try your best to stay ahead of things. If at any time you're working on something and you have questions, send me an email. I typically check my email all throughout the day. Usually on the weekends, I check it as well. So the best way to get an answer from me about something you have trouble with is to send me an email. All right. So definitely send emails. There's no limit. I'm not going to get mad. If you ask me a bunch of different questions, I don't care. Keep sending me as many emails as you need in order to get the help that you want from me. All right. Most of my courses, the only reason a student doesn't pass the course is because they don't do the work. If a student does the work and makes the changes and does the improvements that I want them to make, and I show them and they ask questions when they're struggling, you're going to do just fine in this course, right? The only reason you would fail the course is because you're not doing the work. So I'm going to show you on Blackboard here. Excuse me. So this is the home page. You'll always come to this page with the announcements. And so here I have this here, just the Zoom information. And this is really just in case you needed to like log on to a mobile device or something like that. Obviously, just clicking on the link is the easiest thing to do. I don't have a password or anything like that for this class. I haven't been Zoom bombed and hacked yet. So until it becomes an issue, I won't really worry about it. But if this gets buried in the announcements, if you look on the left-hand side here, the link is also here. If you click on Zoom class link, it'll take you right to this class link as well. You can log in as early as you want to, and you'll see me log in right around 12:35. That's when I'll start classes. The other ones here are the most common links, right? So announcements, there's just all of these information here. Contact information is how to get a hold of me. So if you click on this, there's a little PDF here you can open up. And there's a little key here. So anything in green is when I'm teaching a class. Anything in kind of this purple color are my office hours. If you don't know already, office hours are times that your faculty have set aside just to help students. So anytime you have a faculty or a professor that has office hours, those are times they're generally in their office, and you can either make appointments with them to meet with them, or you can just walk in there and see if they're available. So if you look on mine, so on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I have office hours from 2:30 to 3:30 Monday, Wednesday, and 2 to 3 on Tuesday and Thursday. I also have a half hour Tuesday and Thursday morning at 10:30. So these are the times that I'm going to be in my office. Now, I might have an appointment with someone else. So if you just hope to walk in and meet with me, I might not be available because I might be busy. On the other hand, if you're on campus already, you wanted to swing by because you wanted help on a paper or something, you can always pop your head in. If I'm not working with a student, I'll stop whatever I'm doing and help you. All right. Also on Friday from 11 to 12 and then 1:20 to 2:20, I have virtual office hours. These are times kind of set aside just for my online classes. So these ones you do have to schedule an appointment with me. You can either schedule it through C4S, it's pretty easy to do, or you can just email me and say, hey, can I make a Zoom appointment with you on Friday at 11 or 11:30 or whatever it is? And I'll just set that up and send you the Zoom link. It'll be super easy to do. If you need help outside of these times, as long as it's not a time that I'm teaching a class, anything in green, you can ask me if I'm available. So these ones in yellow are college meetings. So I usually have a meeting between 12:30 and 1:50 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but not always. So there's some Tuesdays and some Thursdays where I could be available during this time. So you can easily email me and say, hey, I see that you have office hour or you have meetings Tuesday and Thursday at 12:30. Is there any chance that you don't have one next Tuesday? And I can easily respond and say, actually, I don't have any meetings that day. So yeah, I can schedule you for an appointment that time. You can meet me in my office, or we can schedule a Zoom meeting, whichever one works better for you. So anytime that I'm not teaching, you can always ask if I'm available to help you. If I am, I'll tell you that I am, absolutely. I'm probably available before my first class on Monday, Wednesdays, right? So if you want to meet with me before my first class, just ask me, right? Pretty simple. At the top here is just my contact information. So my email address, really simple. Where my office is located at, the Jules building is building 6. That's the one where enrollment services and financial aid is at. And 202 is just the top floor, right? I do have my office phone number listed here, but that is kind of like the last resort. I almost never answer my phone, and voicemails are terrible. So this is actually the worst way to get a hold of me. Best way to get a hold of me is email me. Second best way is just come by my office. Last resort, give me a phone call. Okay. And so again, this you can find just by clicking on contact information and then clicking on the PDF. Other ones here. So we have the course schedule, and this is what you want to look at pretty often. So if you click on this, it's a live document. So it's going to be updated every single time that I add something else to it. And I keep it live so I can alter it and change it based on the needs of the class. So you'll see that I have some things on here right now. And the way it's always going to work the same. So it tells you the date and then what we're doing in class that day, and then what homework I'm assigning that day. All right. So I'll tell you, for example, today is Monday, the 25th. These are the things we're going to go over in class today. And then this is the homework that you're being assigned. So anytime that you need to see very quickly what we're doing in class a certain day, like let's say you missed a class day, and even before you watch the lecture that's recorded, you can come to the course schedule and see what we covered to get a sense of what it is you're going to have to pay attention to. And then you can come back here as a reminder if you forgot to write it down during class or whatever, to see what you have to do and when you have to do it by. All right. So this first one, there looks like a lot of stuff on here. And this is just the first day. And a lot of this is stuff I'm not going to cover. I'm just going to show you where it's at. And if it pertains to you, it's something you should watch or something you should read. And then the homework here. So this example, it says due Wednesday by 8 o'clock in the morning. free writing, and brainstorming. And I'll explain what that is in class today. And then just make sure that before 8 o'clock on Wednesday, you submit these 2 assignments. All right. And then it works the same way. So you look at Wednesday. This is what we're going to cover in Wednesday's class. And then this is what the homework is that's going to be due. So notice the due dates. One of them is due by Friday morning, and then another one is due by Monday morning. Right. So always pay attention to the course schedule and the due dates for the different assignments. Right. It's the easiest way to stay caught up on everything that you need to do. And that's just right here, course schedule. The other one is learning modules. And if you've taken an online class before, this probably looks pretty familiar. I try to set mine up to make it as simplified as possible. So if we click on learning modules, the top folder is just this one, helpful videos and handouts. These are things that almost every student that takes a class on that uses Blackboard is going to have to learn how to do. If you don't already know how to do it, here's a bunch of information for it. So there's a lot of general stuff that's in here. And this I have, it's the same for all of my classes. It's basically about how to use Blackboard, how to upload documents to Blackboard, how to use the discussion board, a lot of things like that. So these are useful. And I have these for all my Blackboard courses here anyway. So anytime you forget how to do something, there might be a video here. If I have a student or a number of students that ask me questions about how to do something because they just don't know how to do it, I can easily make a quick video and I'll throw it in this folder as well. So then everyone has access to it. I like making quick little how-to videos. I look them up all the time for lots of things in my daily lives. So I know how much students like to have quick little easy to access videos to help them learn to do things. So I like to do those as well. So this, you never have to go to it unless you need help with something. And then every time we're working on an essay, there'll be a different module. So for essay 1, there's module 1. So this, you'll just click on this and there'll be 2 folders in here. One is the content. These are like videos and readings and handouts and things like that that we're going to look at throughout the course of module 1. So if you click on this module content, there's links here. And these ones, you probably have seen them in other classes before. They're just links to what's called a Wakelet. And a Wakelet is just a collection of a bunch of different websites, basically. So getting started, and this is all the stuff that you need to be able to do from day 1 to do well in an online class, all right? So you just look at this, you just kind of scroll down, and they're just in order. And it's the same order as on the course schedule. So if you look at the course schedule, here's all the different things that are on there for the getting started guide, right? So this doesn't necessarily mean you have to do all of these. These are just things that I'm showing you right now. So again, it's just the getting started guide. Looks like this at the top. And so if you don't have Microsoft Office, you don't have Microsoft Word, I'm going to tell you right now, your life is much easier if you just learn how to use Microsoft Word. I know a lot of you used Google Docs for all your stuff in high school. A lot of campuses use Google Docs. A lot of college campuses do not. There's a lot of different reasons behind that, but they just don't. A lot of the software that we use at JCC does not work with Google Docs. Blackboard does not work with Google Docs. So the easiest thing to do is just download Microsoft Office. And it's part of your student fee, so it's already paid for. So it's basically free. You can download the whole Office suite. So you can use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, all the different Office stuff. So if you don't have it and you want to see how to get it for free, you just click on this and read it, follow the directions. If you're curious about how to use your OneDrive cloud storage, which all of you have by default, because your JCC CannonMail account is actually associated with a Microsoft OneDrive account. So this shows you how to do that. You just got to like create a little account. It's really quick and simple, but you should definitely learn to use cloud storage, right? So that shows you how to do that.
Mr. Topping,
Yes.
do you know how long these subscriptions last for post-college or post-graduation?
I want to say they're good for at least 5 years.
That would be fantastic.
So yeah, I mean, because it's expensive if you have to buy it. So yeah, I mean, definitely download it. And last time I checked, you could use it on at least 3 different devices. So you could download it like on your laptop, you could download it on your iPad, you could download it on a different, desktop PC or something like that. So yeah, definitely use it. Use the heck out of it.
Yeah, that's a real save of money for us. That's awesome.
Yeah, because even like with a student discount, it's still like $200 or something like that. So definitely download it. Yep. It also gives you like the Office 365, which is like the Google kind of Docs version of Microsoft Office. So you don't even have to download it to a computer if you don't want to. You could just use the online version as well. So it's pretty nice. So yeah, definitely check these 2 out. If you have questions about cloud storage, you're not sure what it is, you're not sure how to use it, but you're curious about it, again, shoot me an email. Let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you with that. Cloud storage makes my life so much easier, so it could make your life easier. These ones, if you're not using Microsoft Word, because you do have to be able to use Word files. If you're using Google Docs, this little video will show you how to convert a Google Doc to a Word document. So you could technically do all of your essays and stuff in this class on Google Docs and then just convert them to Word documents before you upload them to Blackboard. There are some formatting issues there, so you have to be aware of that. So, but if you just absolutely refuse to download Microsoft Office, there are workarounds. So if you're using Google Docs, make sure to check out this video. If you have a MacBook and you're using Apple Pages, make sure you check out this one. Because if you just try to submit an Apple Pages document to Blackboard, it does not work. I cannot see it. I can't give you feedback. And then I can't give you a grade for it. So you definitely want to learn how to use Word or how to convert all the other documents into Word format. Other ones here, part of MLA formatting, which we're going to talk about all semester long, is using proper headings, inserting your last name and your page numbers in a Word document properly. If you've never done it before, just watch this video. It shows you how to do it. It's really, really simple. If you're using Google Docs and you want to learn how to do a heading with your last name and page numbers, watch this video right here. All right. If you haven't done MLA formatting in a long time, or you just forgot, or you were never really taught how to do it in high school, watch this video. It'll show you how to format all of your work into MLA format. All right. And MLA formatting is how you're going to have to submit all of your work for this class. So if you're not exactly sure how to do it right now, do yourself a favor and watch this video. All right. They're all pretty short. They get right to the point, and they'll look exactly like your stuff should look like. So you want to learn how to do that. Now, I know a lot of other courses use what's called APA formatting. So that's another style you have to learn, that you really have to learn from another class, because we don't use that in the English discipline. So we always use MLA formatting. So make sure you understand the difference between those two as well. This one is kind of what I'm showing you right now. It's the basics of how to upload assignments, how to look for things, what a discussion board looks like, some real general overview. So you really don't have to watch this one. This one you want to watch, how to upload assignments to Blackboard, because there's a very specific way to upload assignments to Blackboard, and there's lots of ways to do it incorrectly, but it looks like you're doing it right. So you want to make sure that you watch this video that I created to upload your assignments, to have them in the right file format, to be uploading them in the proper places all the time, to make sure you get credit for it. Now, early on, yes, go ahead.
I have a question about that one too. I'm sorry.
No.
It's just a sound file. It's not an actual video, correct?
Oh, no, it's a video one. Yep. So all of these, sorry, I didn't click on any of them. If you click on any of these, so this one, for example, I'll show this one. If you click on this, it's an MP4. It'll just take a second to load. And it'll look just like this. You just play the video.
This video will show you how to upload assignments to Blackboard.
And this one, the quality is not so great. I didn't have the greatest camera software at the time, but it just shows you how to upload an assignment to Blackboard. It's really, really short. It only takes a few minutes. And so some of these are different. So that's the different kind of, I think all of these ones are video files except for that first one. Yeah, so like this one was just a PDF. Most of these are videos that I've either made or that I stole from YouTube. And I like them because videos are good. So this one, again, if you struggle with it, let me know. One of your first assignments you're going to submit before our class on Wednesday. And if you ever have trouble uploading an assignment to Blackboard, what you should always do is email me a copy of it. And that proves to me that you had the work done in time. Then we can work on getting the technology thing fixed out. All right. But if I know because you emailed me the assignment that you had that assignment done and you're simply having technology issues, that's a separate issue. You won't be penalized because you're having technology issues as long as you've done everything in your power to show me that you completed the assignment on time. All right. I can be as flexible as possible as long as you're communicating with me, basically. So always remember that throughout the semester. But once you learn how to upload an assignment and you do it a few times, it should become pretty easy. If you do it in one class, you're probably gonna do it in a bunch of your other classes the same way. So it does get a little bit easier. Right. Other questions right now? I'll take a quick pause.
I've got another one if that's okay. Sorry, guys.
Absolutely.
So since there's 15 minutes between the official start of the class and when you arrive? Are we technically allowed to sign in early and chat if we want some socialization?
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
that's missing from online classes mainly is talking with peers.
Yeah, definitely so. Yeah, because the way that I set the link is it's basically open at any time. So even if you just wanted to meet up with a student and talk to them, you could click on the Zoom class link and meet up just through that link without me being there. So definitely, yeah, if you log in at like 12:20, you want to chat with each other for 15 minutes before we officially start. Absolutely. Good question. Other questions right now? All right, I'll keep on going. I know this is a lot of information at once. Hopefully, most of you have taken an online class or at least used Blackboard before, so it's probably not all brand new. So the rest of these ones here are how to view feedback on graded assignments. This one I'll actually go over in class on Wednesday to make sure everyone knows how to do it. Again, there's very specific ways to view my feedback, and it's not the most user-friendly, I'll be honest. I wish Blackboard was better about it because it doesn't make it easy for y'all to actually get good feedback. You got to kind of know exactly where to look for it. So I'll show you that. The discussion board for this class, I probably won't use it very much. If I decide to, then I'll show you how to use it again. But if you have another class and you need to learn how to use the discussion board, it's a good little video to watch, right? Again, this one, because we are technically live online, I don't plan on making you guys do a bunch of discussion board stuff. Most of the work can be done on your own and then uploaded versus just on the discussion boards itself. So this one, again, I know that's a lot of stuff right there. If there's something you're not sure how to do, go back and watch the video or read the document about it. If you wanted to download Microsoft Office, make sure you read that document. Any of the links that are here, feel free to look at them, read them. If you wanted to share it with someone else that's having problems, I have no problem with that as well. A lot of this is just good information that every student at JCC should know about. So again, this one was the Getting Started Wakelet. And again, this one, so you go Learning Modules. Learning modules is where all the stuff is going to be stored. We're working in module 1 right now. And then module content. So that's this link right here is all the getting started ones. That's general information about Blackboard, about using Microsoft, about MLA formatting, things like that. Then we have another Wakelet link. It just says the SA1 content. If you click on this one, it's all the SA1 information. So we have SA1 content. And again, it looks similar because it's a Wakelet. So it's just a set of files and internet links. So at the top are the SA1 instructions. And I put these at the very top because I want them to be easy to find. You want to go back to them and see them all the time. I'm just going to show you the schedule again. So the course schedule. So here was all of these different ones here, right? So again, with any of those, sorry about that. With any of these, go back and watch and read any of the ones that you need to learn how to do any of those ones. And then there's the SA1 content one. So if you see there's the SA1 instructions, simple versus sophisticated writing, so on and so forth. You look at the Wakelet, there's the SA1 instructions, there's simple versus sophisticated writing. So I try to always have what we're doing in the schedule mirror exactly what it looks like on the different links within Blackboard. So this is all the stuff that we're going to kind of talk about today, not in a lot of detail because a lot of this is review. But again, any of this stuff, if you need review on it, you can always go back to this Wakelet link and just reread stuff. All right. So these ones specifically, this is why you didn't have to buy a textbook for this class. All right. So all the things you have to read and all the things you have to watch, I've embedded into Blackboard. So these are all just for SA1. Once we finish with SA1, you'll see module 2 open up. And then you'll click into module 2 for all the SA2 stuff. All right. So the first one is just the instructions. I'm going to show you these because then it'll make more sense what you have to do with the assignments. And so this first one, a lot of students hate this essay assignment because I'm not telling you what to write about. Some people love it and some people hate it. All right. And so most of my assignment instructions will look basically like this. All right. There's always going to be some directions and then give you some information about it. All right. So the directions for SA1, it says after completing all the readings and videos and getting started and SA1 content, so that's all the stuff, you will choose a sophisticated topic you are interested in learning more about. You will then write an essay exploring the topic. If you find you do not have enough to say about the topic or are not really interested in writing about it, just choose a different topic. So it's pretty wide open. The only parameter for SA1 in terms of what you can write about is that it has to be what's called a sophisticated topic. We're going to go into more detail in that in just a minute. All right. So think about a sophisticated topic, and that's college level. There's lots of different ways to say that. But if you think about an essay topic, you're not going to write about, your favorite summer vacation because that's not sophisticated, right? You're not going to write about how much you love your cat because that's not sophisticated, right? There's not a lot of deep critical thinking required for you to write about how much you love an animal or how much you love going to Six Flags or Darien Lake or whatever it is, right? Those aren't sophisticated topics. Sophisticated also doesn't mean really, really difficult and hard to understand, right? There's kind of an in between there. You can have those kind of sophisticated topics, but you don't have to have one of those for this essay, right? So, for example, an essay topic that would not be sophisticated would be about your favorite TV show, right? Your favorite TV show and telling me about your favorite TV show is not sophisticated. But if you wanted to write an essay about that TV show and you wanted to talk about the cultural impact that TV show has on American society, you're still talking about the TV show. That's still your subject, but how you talk about the subject is now sophisticated. And that's the core difference between regular writing and academic writing, college writing, sophisticated writing. It's that angle that you're taking on the subject, right? You can have a very simple subject, but your angle on it, how you choose to approach writing about it, can be very difficult, very sophisticated, right? So keep that in mind as you're thinking about what to actually write about, right? For this essay, and I've broken down the different assignments you're going to do that kind of build up to the essay, right? It says this assignment contains multiple parts. Refer to the readings found in the Essay 1 content wakelet for help completing each assignment. And that's just this one right here. And that's all these different parts right here. All right. So I'm telling you, as you read through these and as we discuss them in class, it's going to help you do each one of these different assignments. All right. So the first one, it says choose your topic and complete a free writing. And I'm going to show you in a minute what a free writing is. Most of you have probably done one before, but I'll just do a little refresher on that. And then again, using the same topic, your essay topic, you're going to complete what's called a brainstorming. And then assignment 3, using the same topic, you're going to complete a clustering diagram or a mapping diagram. All of these are different forms of pre-writing. Most of them you have probably done before, but I'm going to make you do all 3 of these different ones to make sure you understand how they can be useful for you as individual writers. And then there's this one that might be newer for most of you. Using the same topic, complete an idea matrix for college writing. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. And then once you've done all 4 of these, you're going to write the essay. All right. So then there's some requirements for the essay itself. All right. The essay must be at least 3 full pages long. And again, following MLA formatting. So you have a proper heading. You'll have the page numbers and your last name in there. It'll be double spaced. It'll be 12-point Times New Roman font. And the video about how to write a paper in MLA formatting tells you how to do all these things. All right. The essay must include an introduction with a thesis, body paragraphs with topic sentences and support, and a conclusion. So basic essay formatting. This essay can be written in first-person point of view or in third-person point of view, right? Either one. The essay must be proofread for basic errors, such as spelling, subject-verb agreement, fragments, and run-on sentences, all the most common errors in writing. And then the essay must be properly uploaded to Blackboard in Microsoft Word format. And again, if you're not sure what that is, if you just use Word, you should be good. If you don't, you got to watch one of those videos to make sure you convert it to Microsoft Word file format, which is doc, or docx. Either one of those works just fine. Then it tells you how it's being graded. This one is really, really simple. Did you meet all the requirements? You're going to get an A, right? Did you meet all of these requirements? Did you read the instructions? Are you doing what I told you to do? A, right? Even if you have some grammatical mistakes, if you have a few things that are missing here or there, it's not 100% perfect, you're still going to get an A for it, right? If you did some of the requirements, right, you're going to get a B. You got a bunch of errors, but you tried your best to see. There are a bunch of errors, but you didn't really fulfill all the requirements. I can kind of see you being a little lazy there, D. Or as kind of a train wreck, you're going to get an F, right? You totally didn't even try to write this kind of essay. You ended up writing a journal diary about how much you love your dog, right? You're not really trying very hard. You're not going to pass the essay, right? So on this first one, what I'm really looking for is what you're capable of doing. If you just took English 100, or if you haven't taken English since high school, I want to see what your writing ability is at right now. And that's why I'm allowing you to choose the topic, right? Because I want you to write about something that you're familiar with, that you're interested in, that you like, any of those types of things. All right. So I'm going to use this as the basis again to keep moving forward to see what kind of help the class needs as a whole. Because if you've had me before for a class, you know, I don't like to waste people's time teaching you something that 98% of you already understand, right? I'm not going to do that. But I don't know what you know until you show me what you know. And that's what this essay is going to do. Okay. So that's just the essay instructions. Again, at the very top of the essay one content link, the instructions right there. So go back to these. Anytime you're writing an essay and it takes place over, you know, a few days or a number of weeks, you should always go back and reread the instructions periodically, just to make sure that you're still doing what you're supposed to be doing. There's almost nothing worse than finishing an essay and then you're about to turn it in and then you reread the directions and you realize you didn't do the right kind of essay. That's a terrible place to be in. So just kind of reread the instructions every once in a while to keep your mind fresh and make sure that you're staying on target. Okay. So this one, all of these are just links to an online book, basically. And they look like this. So it's called just College Writing. So this is simple versus sophisticated writing. And it's got some brief information about simple and sophisticated, how they differ. And you get used to this format. It's just basically an ebook looking thing. So once you've read through this, you've read that section, right? Then you can just go back to this and then click the next one, writing process overview. So you click on that, it'll open up a different page of the textbook and just read about the writing process overview. So you read through that. It's got a nice little good example here, the different writing processes and the things you could be doing through them. Shows you some examples. Anytime there's a video, you should watch it. If there's one that I don't think you should watch, I will specifically tell you don't watch this video because they're not all great, right? But all the ones that are just in here that I don't say not to watch it, make sure you watch them. And most of them are pretty short. So again, you scroll down. Once you get to the bottom of the page, it looks like this. You're done with that one. Go back to the Wakelet. Read the next one. And so they're all just like this. This is considering writing context. You can read about the purpose, the type, and audience. You read through it, and when you're done, okay, go back to this one, right? So you should get used to doing this, right? If you look on any one of these pages, because it's technically one giant online book that I've just provided the individual section links to. If you look down at the bottom, you can click on next and previous. This is like flipping the pages, but you don't want to do that because you might end up reading and doing extra stuff, right? Because not everything in this textbook am I assigning for you to read and to watch, okay? So I would recommend against using these ones. It'll take you to the next part. And so this one, it kind of works, but like this page you didn't have to read. This one you don't have to read. So it'd be extra stuff. So instead of clicking those ones down here, always go back to that Wakelet page. So this one, the Essay 1 content Wakelet link, and just click on the individual ones. Let's say you read that one, you're done with it. You can just close the link and go back to this page and then click this one, considering writing context. And then read this one, close it out, come back to here, developing ideas for writing, click on this link, and then read this one and scroll down all the way through it. Here's a couple of videos for these ones. All right, I'm done reading that one, close that out, so on and so forth, right? So again, this one, it's always going to be found inside of learning modules. So you click on learning modules, you click on the module that we're working on right now, Essay 1, so module 1. And then inside of the module content, Essay 1 content. So it's a number of clicks to get there, but it's the easiest way to organize it, the simplest way to do it. You just click on that link and it opens up the Wakelet that has all those other links within it. All right. So you're going through here, and if you're not sure when to stop, go and look at the course schedule. So again, the course schedule on Blackboard is right here. So just click on the course schedule. It's underneath the Zoom class link. It looks like this, and just kind of go through and see. So today, Monday, the 25th, in class, it talked about all those ones. And here's the Essay 1 content ones, and it has all of these ones here. So it even tells you right now, oh, okay, we're going to talk about Essay 1 instructions. simple versus sophisticated writing, the writing process overview, considering writing context, developing ideas for writing, free writing, and brainstorming. And the last one is brainstorming. So when you actually go and you click on that link, there's free writing, there's brainstorming. Oh, I can stop, right? Because clustering and mapping doesn't show up until the next day, right? So this is something we're going to talk about next class period. So you can always look at the course schedule to see how far you have to read and at which assignments you have to complete in order to stay caught up with the course and be prepared for the next class. All right. Does navigating this make sense?
I'm good. Everything's making fantastic sense so far. I
All right,
didn't know about the previous and next buttons, so I've already read extra.
Yeah. All right. And so throughout the class, this is very much what it's going to look like. Right. So get used to looking at these Wakelet kind of things. Get used to navigating, reading this. And then you read through the page, you watch any videos that are on it. You're like, okay, I'm done with that one. Go back to it, go to the next one, so on and so forth. All right. So it really is just like a digital book that you click on for each different chapter or each different section like that. Now, if you want to get ahead, you can certainly read ahead as much as you want. Anything that's on here are things that I want you to read or things that we're going to cover in class. All right. None of these ones are extra stuff. I put these specifically on here for this class. Okay. So you can get way ahead on a bunch of stuff if you want to. All right. You could also, it's not great, but like, let's say, you're going to be gone for a week. You can always print out these pages or download them as a PDF or save them or something like that. It won't save any videos or things like that, but you can technically look at it that way. Right? What you can also do, and I don't recommend it because it gets more confusing, is if you click up here, it'll actually take you to the table of contents for the entire online book. So if you click on here, this is the actual book that I'm pulling all these links from. But notice there's all of these ones on here. We are not going to read every single one of these sections, right? But this is the entire book. So if you wanted to look at the entire textbook, here it is. Just on any one of those pages, you just click at the very top where it says college writing. It's going to be the same on every single page. Doesn't matter which one you're looking at. Yay, college writing, right? So you click on that and there's the textbook itself. What I might do, if you look down here, select grammar, punctuation, and writing resources. So these are some of the most common errors in college writing. So if I notice that you're having a lot of problems with essay 1 with sentence fragments, I might say, hey, go to the textbook and look at the section on sentence fragments. If I see you're having much trouble with commas, which most people do, I might say, hey, go to the textbook and look on the section at commas. So you can always use this as another tool, even if I'm not going to talk specifically as a class about these different things. All right. But definitely don't feel like you need to read all of these because I'm not going to require you to read all of these ones. We're going to use a lot of this, but not every single piece of it. All right. So again, with that, take some time to click around on Blackboard. Make sure you understand, okay, if I go to learning modules and I'm working on module 1 and I'm looking for the content, I want to read and watch some stuff, it's going to be one of these two here. All right. Remember, getting started is all the basic stuff about Blackboard courses and about this course. Essay 1 content is that Wakelet that has all the stuff that specifically pertains to essay writing and essay 1. All right. All right. The other one. So I'm in learning modules and I'm on module 1. And I remember looking at my course schedule and it said for homework before class on Wednesday. So by 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, I had to do free writing and brainstorming. Anytime there's an assignment, go to Blackboard. We're in module 1, click on the assignments folder, and there's your assignments. Oh, there's free writing and there's brainstorming. Just like on the course schedule, my homework, free writing and brainstorming, right? So now you know, oh, okay, I got to do free writing. And there's usually some information about it. So this one just says, choose your essay 1 topic and complete a free writing. When finished, upload it here, making sure it's in the proper file format. So if you don't know what free writing is, where can you find out? Oh yeah, this one right here. Free writing. And there's a little mini lesson about free writing, all right? And there's a little quick summary about it. You click on free writing and it tells you what it is, right? Now, if you're someone that already knows what free writing is, you've done it all throughout college, you just did an English 100, you probably don't have to read this, all right? So then you can just go to the assignment and say, yeah, I'm gonna do my free writing. You do it. You make sure that you're saving it in a Word document. You make sure it's done properly. And this is where you come to upload it. All right. If you upload an assignment, it's pretty easy. Once you've already saved it, I'll just do a really quick example actually. So let's say I'm gonna click on free writing because I finished my free writing and I want to submit it. All right. It shows you what it looks like. And this looks pretty much the same all the time. It tells you when it's due, how many points it's worth. You scroll down, and what you're always going to do is browse local files. Never write a submission on Blackboard. Never, ever, ever do that. So browse local files and just find your free writing. Now, I'm assuming you've already saved it. It's already been formatted in MLA formatting. You've got a heading. It's saved as a Word document. It's just going to browse my local files. And I got like a fake one somewhere here. Let's just say it's this one. I'm going to say this is my free writing. So I just double click it and you should see the file pop up here. And then I just click submit. If you just wait a second, so it says success, yay. And you should also get an email, but just wait a second. And this should load and you should be able to see your assignment right here. All right. If you've saved it in Microsoft Word format, which is doc or docx, you should see your assignment pop up right here. If you see a little box that just has like a file name on it, it's the wrong format and I can't see it. If you can't read your essay right here, then I can't see it either. You haven't done it correctly yet. What I always do for my courses is I have unlimited submissions. So if you notice, oh, I can't see my essay, I must have done it wrong, right? If you need to submit a second one, all you have to do is follow the same directions, click on the assignment link, and then just click on Start New. And it'll take you to the page that looks just like the first time you submitted it. This time, browse local files, make sure you select the right one, like, oh, there it is, whatever it is. Click Submit. Make sure you see your paper show up here. Just wait a second till you see it. And the longer the document, the more you see. Yay, okay, now I can see it properly. You know you did it right. You're like, great, okay. And so now you're done. Now you know you've submitted it, right? If you forget how to do that, or if you've never done it before and you're already confused, go back to Blackboard, go to Learning Modules, go to that Getting Started in the module content, and then just scroll down on that page so you see that how to upload assignments to Blackboard. Yay, how to upload assignments to Blackboard, right? So you can just watch this again if you needed a refresher, right? The reason why I give you unlimited submissions is because sometimes mistakes happen, right? Sometimes you uploaded the wrong file or you didn't really pay attention right away, or you forgot to make sure to save it as a Word document. Instead of you freaking out and trying to get a hold of me at like 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is, I just allow you to submit as many times as you want to. When I go to grade something, I'm just going to grade the latest submission. So if you submitted something 4 times because you messed up 3 of them, I'm only going to look at the most recent submission because I assume the last one you submit is the one you submitted properly. That's the one you actually meant to submit, right? So I'll just look at the last one. You don't have to freak out. You don't have to send me an email and saying, hey, I'm sorry, I submitted the wrong one. Could you please grade this one? Super easy, super low key. I'm just going to grade the most recent one. Now, if you notice the most recent one was wrong, well, then, yeah, contact me and say, please don't grade that most recent one. That was the wrong file. Or simply just upload the proper one again. Now you have 5 submissions or whatever it is, and I'll just grade that one. All right. So I try to leave it open to make it as easy as possible for you guys to make mistakes. And as soon as you learn how to correct your mistakes, your life's going to be easier. So it's going to be easier for everyone. All right. But again, for all of that, learning modules, getting started, it's going to show you how to do all that stuff. If we're later on in the semester and you still have trouble with something, the same videos are located in this folder, helpful videos and handouts, because these are things that throughout the semester you might have to do. Where's it at right now? How to upload a Blackboard. Yay. So other place for the same video, helpful videos, because they should help you, right? Makes sense. But as long as we're working on module 1 or essay 1, all the stuff will be in here. You can look on here and see, if you notice as well, here's the free writing one. If you click on it, because let's say you don't remember if you turned it in or not. Oh, you're like, oh yeah, it's right there. I already turned it in. Yay, perfect. If you click on something and there's nothing there, you know you still have to submit it, right? Again, the due date, browse local files, find it, click submit, look for it. Super easy, right? So again, do that. Make sure you're using the doc or docx, the Word file format. And if you have trouble with any of those, always contact me. All right. Looking ahead on here, you can look in a few different places for when stuff is due. Like if you just forget. So these ones are always open. I don't like wait until a certain date to let you upload things. But you click on like this one, for example, clustering and mapping. This one is due on Friday, October 29th. So it's different than the other one. You could also look at the course schedule, remember, and say, oh yeah, only free writing and brainstorming are due Wednesday at 8. And then you look at the next class. Oh yeah, by Friday I got to do this, and then by Monday I got to do this one. They're all going to be here on Blackboard already. So don't let it confuse you that everything is here. These are all the assignments for all of module 1. So they're just all already sitting here. All right. Questions about uploading assignments right now? All right. So again, looking at the course schedule, so I'm going to close these out. Get too many tabs open. So again, looking at the course schedule, all of this should be review. If it's sorry about that. If it's not review, if you don't know what free writing is, if you're not sure what brainstorming is, right? I want to see what you guys already know, but go back into those different sections and read about these ones, right? If you don't really know what the writing process is, well, you should make sure to go and read that document. If you're not sure what a context for writing is, go and read this document. Again, all of these, I'm going to do this 100 times today. I'm not going to do it every single class time. So module 1, and it's essay 1 content. So you get that Wakelet right there. Read through the ones you're not sure about, right? They're all pretty short. None of them are really, really long. If you're like, yeah, I don't know what free writing is. It sounds familiar, but I'm not exactly sure. Well, read through it, right? And this very, very short page got some examples, got some little videos of examples of free writing. Once you read through this and watch this, it'll take you 10, maybe 15 minutes. And now you can be comfortable knowing exactly what free writing is. Then you can do yours, no problem, right? So I would say, even if you have to read every single one of these and then complete the assignments. Remember, for this one, or for this class, it's just free writing and brainstorming. If you have to read and watch every single one of these links and then complete the free writing, the brainstorming, I would say it'll take you no more than an hour. And that's if you read every single one of them and watch every single video, right? Because these aren't hard to do. These are just about generating ideas. This is showing me what you already know, that you can choose a topic, that you understand what a sophisticated topic can be, right? Because I want to make sure that everyone starts off on the right foot. Based on your free writing and your brainstorming, I can easily tell if the topic you've chosen is going to turn into a good essay, or if you're going to have a lot of trouble and you should probably change it right now, right? So that's what I'm using these for. Sorry, I'm tired today. It's a lot of talking. Yeah, okay, so I'll stop right there. So all of these, again, this is everything that I want you to understand, and it is review, or it should be review, but if it's not, read through it, right? If you have trouble and your free writing isn't great or your brainstorming isn't great, that's okay. Submit the best that you can do and you'll get credit for it. Because again, all of this is just showing me what you already know about writing a college level essay, all right? So I just want to see what it is you guys are doing well on and what things you need to focus, or what things I need to spend more time focusing on, okay? So I'm gonna give you a lot of leeway, because I would prefer to, treat you guys as adults, to say, well, hey, if you know how to do it, you know how to do it. I'm not the kind of professor that's going to give you a quiz on what the writing process is and make you take a test on how to develop ideas for writing, because what I care about is the essays you can produce. I want to see the content. I want to see the growth and maturing of your writing ability throughout the semester. And you don't get that through quizzes and things like that. All right. But that does mean that I trust you to do the work that you need to do for yourselves. And if you don't, it's going to show on your essays, right? And the essays are going to make up the vast majority of your grade. The essays for this class make up about 70% of your total grade. So you're going to make sure that you understand what you're doing with them. All right. Questions or comments right now?
Question would be, just so I understand, because I've seen different things that you've shown today about what exactly is due on Wednesday, are we turning in an essay by Wednesday?
Nope, nope, not at all. So the essay itself won't be due until I think it's the November 8th or something like that. So let's take it out. I'll close this and open it just to show you again. So the course schedule is going to be like your best friend. And again, right now it's not completed because I want to see what you guys do. But you click on course schedule. And it's a live document, so it takes a second to open up. And you just scroll down, you look and you see what you have to do. So homework for today's class. So today is Monday, the 25th. So the homework that I'm assigning today is due Wednesday by 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's free writing and brainstorming. And if you keep scrolling down, so Wednesday, I'm going to assign other homework. So then by Friday, you're going to turn in the assignment for clustering and mapping. And then by the following Monday, you're going to turn in idea matrix for college writing. And then next Monday on the 1st, I'm going to assign the thesis exercise homework, which is going to be due the following Wednesday. So everything that's written in the homework column is going to be due by the day that it says for the next time. So this one is due Wednesday, the 13th, and then due Monday at 8 o'clock. Essay 1 will be the 8th, is the Monday, the 8th. The essay 1 is actually due.
So we're picking a topic and building off of that topic for the first essay.
Perfect. Exactly. And the free writing and brainstorming will just help you develop ideas for that topic. Yep. So the hardest part is really choosing a topic because it's wide open, right? So, look at the instructions to make sure that you're choosing something that's sophisticated, right? And then think about that. If you really struggle with this and you're really anxious or something about your topic, you can always email me and say, hey, I'm thinking about writing about this. Do you think that works? And it takes me 5 seconds to respond, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, great. I'm so glad I asked you. I'm so glad that's going to work great. I have no problem completing the free writing and the brainstorming. I can do this right now, no problem. Versus being really worried about it and putting it off until like late Tuesday night because you don't know if it's going to work or not. Just ask me, right? If you ever have a question about something, if you want to make sure you're doing the right thing, just ask me. I'm never going to say you asked too many questions. That will never, ever, ever happen, right? If you email me 3 times a day and you're always asking questions, but you're listening to my responses, I don't care. Email me 3 times a day asking questions.
Thank God, because I think there's no stupid questions, only stupid people unwilling to ask.
Yep, absolutely.
Is there a length that you were expecting for the free writing?
For the free writing, no, I just want to see that you got some ideas out. And once you read through the little section about free writing, I mean, a rough gauge is like a page double spaced. But some people, if you have a really strong vocabulary, you could do the same amount of work in half a page. So there's not really a specific limit. Just prove to me that you've spent some time thinking about the topic you want to write about. And I know it sounds vague, and that's because you could literally write about anything.
And since it's sophisticated, for example, instead of writing about your favorite grocery store, you could write about the fact that Aldi and Trader Joe's come from the same family and split into 2 divisions and how that, when it came about, etc.
Good. That's a really good example too. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Because again, that's a good example because like that doesn't mean that topic isn't difficult, but it is sophisticated. You're not just saying, I love Aldi's, right? You're digging into more of the history about the formation of the 2 and how that's from the same family and how they split into 2. And, that's a more sophisticated topic. Yeah. Good example. Yeah. Especially if you struggle with the idea of, is my topic sophisticated? Send me an email. It'll take you 5 seconds to send the email. It'll take me 5 seconds to respond. And you can be much more carefree, feeling like you're doing the right thing. All right. So much easier than worrying about it. Please email me anytime you have questions about something. All right. Do we have any other questions right now? Oops, wrong. Again, the number one thing you can do, you'll have time right now, actually. Make sure you go on a Blackboard, click on these things, click on the course schedule, click on learning modules, get used to seeing where things are located, get used to navigating them. Because when it's time to do the work, you don't want to be worried about finding the information, right? So if you understand how to navigate Blackboard, you understand how to use Blackboard, and then you go to do an assignment, your life's just going to be so much easier. If you can click on learning modules and then go to module 1 and say assignments, I'm going to do my free writing because I know that's exactly what I had to do. Right. And then you can look on, the information about the instructions to make sure you're choosing the right topic. And then you read about free writing, then you know exactly what to do when you go to submit it. Right. If you don't look at any of this stuff until something is due, that's a whole nother step of things you got to figure out outside of actually completing the assignment, right? So make sure that you understand how this is going to work, how to navigate Blackboard. And then if you're having trouble, contact me, right? If you're not, no worries, right? But as soon as you have issues with something, you have trouble with something, please let me know, especially if it's like a tech issue or a navigation issue, right? Let me know. All right. All right. That's actually pretty fast. I thought it would take a lot longer than that today. All right. So again, just to recap one more time. So on the schedule, remember the course schedule, it's going to look like this. If you need to review any of these, review them. I'm not going to force you to. I'm going to trust you to do what you need to do, right? Same thing with these ones, right? Read the ones and watch the videos for the ones that you need to understand. And then by Wednesday morning, complete and upload the free writing and the brainstorming based on the essay one topic that you choose, all right? Final questions or comments? All right. Oh, one last thing I was going to show you. So what I'm going to put here, so when you click on learning modules, probably within 30 minutes after class, underneath this folder for helpful videos and handouts, there'll be a folder that says like recorded lectures or Zoom lectures or something like that. So after all the classes, when the file downloads and everything, then I'll upload it to Blackboard and you'll see a new folder right here. And I'll just put all the different lecture recordings right in there. So if you ever need to review a lecture recording, or if you missed the live class and you had to go and watch the recording, they'll be in a folder right here that's called like recorded lectures or something like that. All right. All right. Well, if you have any other questions that pop up after class, if you're working on something and you're not sure, if you wanted clarification on something, send me an email. Otherwise, I will see y'all on Wednesday.
Thank you very much. And you have a good day.
Y'all have a great one.